Man, these guys crack me up.
What's so funny, Charlie Dog?
Oh, hey, Mr. Mush. Check out these comics I'm reading. They're hilarious.
Oh, that's Calvin and Hobbes, done by the great Bill Watterson. They are really funny.
Wait, Mr. Mush. I got a question. When were the first comics made? Were they made by Bill Watterson?
They were not, Charlie Dog, but if you come with me, I can tell you the history of comics.
Okay, sweet. Let's go. Well, Mr. Mush, are you gonna tell me about comics or what?
Nope.
What? What a ripoff!
I'm gonna show you.
Now you're talking my language.
Mm-hmm.
What are we looking at here, Mr. Mush?
Well, Charlie Dog, we're looking at some of the first comics to ever come out of the golden era of comics.
Wait, the golden era? What's that mean?
Well, the golden era started in 1938 with none other than Superman.
Whoa, really?
Yup. The first Superman comic came out in June of 1938 from Detective Comics, or better known as DC Comics. And less than a year later, in May of 1939, the Batman comic came out.
And everyone really liked them, right, Mr. Mush?
Yup, they were very popular. In fact, they popularized the whole superhero genre in comics.
But Mr. Mush, what about Marvel Comics? Were they during the Golden Age?
You know it, Charlie Dog. Marvel became very popular during World War II, with none other than Captain America.
Good old Steve Rogers.
Yep, and Black Widow and the Human Torch were popular at the time too.
So are we still in the golden era of comics?
No, we're in the modern era right now, where almost all our classic favorite superheroes are more popular than ever.
Well, that makes sense. Look at all the superhero movies. There's like a gazillion of them.
Exactly, Charlie Dog.
But what about comic strips, Mr. Mush? When did they become popular?
Well, Charlie, they became popular in what is known as the Victorian and Platinum era of comics, which lasted from the mid-1800s to the early 1900s.
Whoa! Comics are that old?
Yep. One of the most popular comics at the time was Little Nemo in Slumberland. It was in the Sunday Comics section from 1905 to 1911. It followed a boy named Nemo as he had adventures in Slumberland.
Interesting. So comics were in newspapers, not just comic books?
That's right, Charlie Dog. Comics were very popular in newspapers and magazines. They became so popular they would use comics from the newspaper and print them in their own books.
Do people still make comics for the newspaper?
They actually do. You can read some of my favorite comic strips, such as Zitz, Mutz, and Foxtrot in your daily newspaper, or even online. They even still publish Charlie Brown and the Peanuts Gang, even though it ended nearly 25 years ago. That's how much people love comics.
Whoa. How old is Snoopy?
He's 74 years old.
74 years? That's, wait a minute, carry the one, 518 dog years. Man, Snoopy is one old puppy.
He sure is.
But wait a minute, what about Bill Watterson and Calvin and Hobbes? That's why we're here, isn't it?
Oh yeah. Well, Calvin and Hobbes ran from 1985 through 1995. It is considered one of the greatest comic strips ever created. People like to debate which is more popular, Charlie Brown and the Peanuts Gang or Calvin and Hobbes.
Wow, they're both so good. I can't choose.
Me neither. I love them both.
And you still love superheroes too, right, Mr. Mush?
Well, of course, Charlie Dog. And that's what we're going to focus on today.
Whoa! That was amazing!
So you guys ready to make some comic-inspired art?
You better believe it. Let's go!
Alright, we'll see you guys in the first segment.